I'm Rebecca Wilson and I'm a medical intuitive, and we're just about to do a session together. And the way this happens is that when my client says their name, I'm connecting to their images, to their energy, and relaying any images that are starting to appear. So we've created a beautiful holy space in which to work in, and a beautiful protective perimeter. So the first image that actually comes in for you, which is no coincidence from what you kind of told me before the session, it's like there is a huge tornado, and the tornado is going through a city, and it's literally like destroying everything in its path. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. There's a lot changing and a lot like moving.
Okay. Is there any particular theme where that makes sense to you, or it's just kind of life in general?
I see it with a lot of health issues, and then just the past year, there's been a lot of change outside of my life. So, I guess with relationships, with health, with the state of the world. So, I feel that way.
Okay. Let me just follow that image a little bit more and see what's coming in for you. Okay, so generally when a tornado hits, we've spent our entire lives building a house, choosing the furniture, getting to know the neighbors, and it's just like feels so safe and secure. So when the tornado hits, it's like the word that comes in is like devastation. It's like starting again, rebuilding, relearning, re-knowing, and this kind of feels like it's the most prominent thing in your life at the moment. It's like kind of surrendering and knowing that, or not, I mean, it's never nice to see your house totally like collapse to the ground. But the way that you built your house, it's like you have a new knowing and a new consciousness about how you would do that. And when you get a chance to do that differently, you would do that differently. As long as you're comfortable in your home, you're not going to change anything. Because the thought of like tearing the home down and rebuilding that and then starting again, it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy. So what your guides are saying is, yes, it's uncomfortable at the moment. Yes, it is like a tornado is going through you in the sense that a lot of the old ways of being for you are changing now.
Mm-hmm.
There is still a part of you, and you're like clinging on to that. Does that make sense?
Is it around work? Is it around relationships? Is it around spirituality, or a little bit of everything?
Okay, so that's kind of happening in all the main areas of your life. So generally it'll happen in one area of a person's life, and for you it's happening like full throttle, and that's the tornado. The tornado is like nothing is going to be left undestructed in its path. Your guides are saying this is happening for you, even though there are days when you feel like, seriously, this as well, because you are shifting so quickly. Your vibration is rising so quickly, and all that is, it doesn't belong to where you're going and your new way of being. I want to kind of work on that part of you that's resistant to letting go of the old, because she's like clinging on with like white knuckles, and it's like there's a part of you saying, come, it's safe, it's okay, it's new and it's exciting. And this part is like, it's almost like your brain wants to keep you safe. Your brain is saying, no, I don't want to be part of this. I don't know what's happening. This is not fair. This is uncomfortable. There's nothing nice about this. How long have you been kind of doing the spiritual work? It's like where this kind of click over has been for you.
About 6-7 years.
Okay. And you feel like in the last kind of couple of months, it's just kind of ramped up a lot.
Um, I feel it mostly with my health symptoms, but sometimes I wonder if that's coming from the like my spiritual ascension and the spiritual journey. Um, I don't really notice a big difference, but like spiritually, I don't feel a big difference over the last few months, but I mainly feel it in my body.
Okay, so you did mention to me before the session that you had dizziness.
Mm-hmm.
What are the other health symptoms that you're kind of dealing with at the moment?
I have some digestive like issues, some infections and inflammation.
Okay. Do I have your permission to kind of laser in on that area?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
want to look around your abdominal area and see what comes up in
yeah.
regards to that. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, this is really, really interesting. What actually comes in for you, I don't even know if they used to do this. I just know I've seen it on like the Flintstones, where they used to kind of engrave in stone. And so there's like something really important that's been engraved in the stone. Um, and somebody's kind of destroying that. Let me check in a bit more on that because I'm seeing this for the first time. So they're like engraving in the stone, and the message that's there is it's very important. And generally, when there was information, it wasn't given out to all the people. It was kind of kept quite secretive. And they're destroying this information. That's what comes in for your stomach. Let me go a little bit deeper into that. Okay, I just have to say what I get because, yeah, like I said, it never makes sense to me. But have you ever seen the way that they mined crystals?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost like there's a mining going on in your abdominal area. Does that make sense to you, or should I ask for more clarity?
Like maybe it's a healing crisis. Like there's maybe I'm detoxing. Is that what it's about?
The way that I'm kind of translating that or picking that up as, it's like when you start to take resource, like when you start to take oil from an area, it's quite nutrient rich and there's a lot to be taken. But it feels like the image that they're showing me, it's like they're getting to the end of the resources. So it feels like every single thing has like been drained and taken from your body. This is probably going to start to explain the dizziness that you're experiencing. So let's kind of look into that a little bit more and let's find out what particular resource for you is being drained. Have you had your magnesium levels checked?
No, not recently.
Okay, your guides are saying that's really important for you to have your magnesium levels
Oh,
checked, because I just said, what is it that's causing the dizziness, and what is the resource that's being drained from you? And it's coming up that you actually have quite low levels of magnesium. Um,
oh,
so that would be worth getting checked out.
yeah. Thank you.
The dizziness has as well. a lot to do with the ascension. So as the energy gets finer and it starts to implement in the physical body, which is quite dense, your physical body has to it has like a lot of work to do, and so it needs a lot of nutrients and minerals and vitamins, and to kind of implement the finer feeling energy. Have you got a lot of fatigue at the moment as well, or is it just the dizziness?
A little bit of fatigue, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, your body is actually working really hard, and they're showing me this image again. They have the lights on, which means they're like working through the night. So generally when you're mining, it's like from 5 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But here they have the lights on. It means like it's going all night long. Your body's just working like all night long. And the digestive issues, how long have you had them for?
About 10 years.
Okay. Okay, so when I ask them to, when I'm asking the guides to show me the root cause, what they're showing me is that somebody has like a grip on you. And this grip is what's causing like the stomach pains, our digestive issues are all about how we like digest life and how we kind of take in life. But it feels like there's somebody that has like a grip on you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of like maybe someone that I need to like forgive or I don't know, cut cords with.
Yeah. Who's the first person that comes into your mind?
A family member.
Okay. Yeah, so the group's really tight. So let's just, I just want to work on that a little bit. And first, I'm going to ask you, is it okay that we start to loosen the grip that this person has on you? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre because the way that they're holding on to you, it's like they're holding onto your abdominal area. Normally it's like happening in the solar plexus or it's happening in the heart area, but for you it's like they have this grip on your on your sacral chakra and the abdominal area, which is all about like your creativity. It's about you expressing yourself. It's about you, so it's almost like they're trying to keep you smaller than what you really are. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can kind of see that. And I think a lot of it also has to do with just kind of what I allow our relationship to be, and like, do I allow myself to move on? That sort of a thing. So I think I have to reclaim my own like will.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not easy when we have emotions and we have what we know and what we believe to be true. I'm just going to go a little bit into your sacral chakra and see what's happening there. So the word that just keeps kind of coming up for you is like it's really dry in this area. There's like a dryness when I see the chakras and I see the energy and the way that it kind of moves around the body. Kind of expect this like beautiful flow, and for you, it feels like it's dried up, and know that you're doing the energy work as well. So that might be a bit peculiar to hear, but you know what it is? There's a part of you that's doing this work, and you're doing that very much from your mind, and you're doing that very perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
But there's another side of you that's very creative, very, very flowing, very fun, very, very out there. And you're not really showing that side of yourself. And that's what's kind of drying up the sacral chakra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense with the sacral. I know creativity is like a big part of that, and just allowing yourself to play and feel pleasure.
Yeah. And they're kind of saying that there's a lot of seriousness around. And I know when you're doing this work, there's like a part of it that has to be super serious. And we're speaking with clients and giving them the space. But this dryness is what this dryness is screaming out to you to say, there's just this beautiful, vibrant, fun side of you, and your clients are going to love that as much as the serious side of you. And let's show them that as well. And yeah, now I'm seeing, like, as I'm talking about this, your inner child and your energies reacting in the way like party and vibrancy and fun and movement. And so that's really, really, really interesting. What would be the smallest step you could take in kind of trying to incorporate that?
Yeah, definitely a little bit more like fun, maybe bring some more art into my daily life, and allowing myself to just explore some hobbies and like explore some passions.
Yeah. What's kind of, if you're okay talking about that, what's been holding you back from doing that until now?
Um, I think like a big part of me is just like I need to figure things out. I need to figure out my health, and yeah, it's like the seriousness of needing um, to have some stability and peace before I can enjoy myself a bit. And yeah, so there's like a big part of me that just like prefers structure and logic.
Okay. So here's the thing. It's like we're always kind of waiting to get to that point, and the point is always going to elude us. And so a lot of your health issues are coming, like seriousness is an emotion,
Mm-hmm.
and it moves very slowly through the body. And fun and vibrancy and joy, they move like really fast through the body.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're kind of restricting yourself, you're restricting the flow of life, and you're restricting the flow of energy that's going into your abdominal area. So that's what's causing. So it's almost like a double-edged sword for you. It's almost like your health is going to be you having fun. That's what's going to start bringing vitality back into your life again. And the digestive issues that you're currently experiencing, is your soul saying, this is not us, we're not serious. Like, we can be serious, there are times to be serious, but I want to have some fun. Yeah, so let's kind of look at a plan for you when we jump off this call. I'm just seeing like orange the whole time. And as I look at you, you're in this beige room with this dark furniture and this grey t-shirt, but I'm just seeing like pink and orange and green and like all these colors just kind of lifting you up and lighting you up. So your guides are saying, if there is any way, even if it's just nail polish, bringing just like a little speck of fun into your life, That's going
Right.
to be really incredible for your energy, and for your vibrancy as well.
Thank you. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll definitely incorporate more of that. I've been getting messages around that, and so I'm looking forward to making it like a part of my daily life.
And your guides are saying, don't try, don't try and make it perfect. Don't try and think about what others are thinking. Just kind of feel into it. Like if you go to choose a nail color and it's orange or whatever, just like, what feels right for me?
Yeah.
Not kind of like it's yeah, they're saying this, you're kind of really spending a lot of time in your head.
Mm-hmm.
um, it's all about kind of doing it right and getting it right, and that's also very, very exhausting.
Mm. Yeah.
So exhausting. And it's like seeing like the mistakes or saying silly things or in ways being silly is like, this is perfect for my soul growth, and that's it. Not kind of overthinking it.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any questions?
Um, just like, are there any other health issues going on? Anything that I need to pay attention to? Like any organs that I need to support?
Okay, let me have a look. Okay, so the first thing that actually comes in for you is the liver. And I can take a wild guess that you don't smoke, but the
Mm.
liver is almost like one of those people that have been smoking for a long time. It's like coughing and chugging, um, and that's symbolic of the way that it's, sorry, that's very much symbolic of the way that it is responding. And so it's not just the food that we eat, but your liver is quite heavy with the emotion anger. It's weighing it
Mm.
down quite a lot. Um, they're saying that you're somebody that avoids conflict at all costs. Um, but the problem is, in if you're not saying what's kind of on your heart and what you're feeling and what you're seeing to be true or knowing to be true, that has to go somewhere, and that's getting stored in your liver area.
Mm.
Um, so let me just ask, what is it that you can do in relation to that? If you have a situation where you have avoided the conflict or you haven't kind of spoken your truth, they're saying to write that out on the paper and set the intention that you're releasing all the anger from that
Mm.
situation. And that's going to kind of help you to drain that, because it's very, very backed up with this
Mm.
particular emotion. So just ask them to show me any other organs that weren't operating at an optimal level. And the second one that comes in for you is the pancreas.
Mm.
There's actually a lot of sadness stored in your pancreas. So I just will, let's get that cleaned up a little bit. We want to add some white light in there. Just ask that all sadness, negative energy, negative vibrations, negative emotions, anything that's kind of holding you back, and holding the liver back from functioning optimally, be cleared and released from there. So it's really interesting because I know that, again, that you're doing the work that you're doing, but because you're so much in your head, it's like your body is almost feeling neglected. So in the evening, it's just kind of scanning down your body and seeing your organs almost like small children, and talking to each one of them like, hi liver, thank you for the amazing work you did, thank you for the detox, how can I kind of assist you or help you in cleansing and whatever else it is that you need. And you'll get the answers for that, because they're all just like really, your soul is so bright, and I know I keep saying this, but it's so bright and it's so vibrant and it knows where it wants to go. It's almost like a child that's seen like the carnival, and it's like, oh my god, I want to go to the carnival and the lights are there, and the mum's like saying no, 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 and this is you're the mum saying no, 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 no. It's for some reason you don't feel deserving of that, and I'm sorry, I know that doesn't sound nice when I'm saying that, but it's very important that we kind of get down to the reason why that is. Yeah, it's just kind of coming in that you've always been overshadowed in life, and you've never really been given that space to explore who you are and what you want. It's always been like, this is your path, this is what you have to do, this is where you're going, and so that's the tornado coming in. That's you saying, this is not happening anymore. This is your soul like saying, okay, we're ready to go. Yeah, I just see so much vibrancy in your soul, and your protective personality, your ego's kind of holding that back. In a way, it does that for your safety, but it's also it's safe to be your like most beautiful, vibrant self. So my hope for you is that you really start to listen to the whispers, because you're getting them and you know them, and it's not just, I know that listening to them and like following through, that's the scary part. It's like, what's this family member going to think of me? What's my best friend from school going to say? And kind of stepping out of that, that's the hardest part. And I totally respect that. So for you, it's going to be like teeny tiny steps, but you're going to feel your health and your well-being come back every time you step closer to yourself.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll definitely, work on these little mindset shifts and the little, all the programming that, kind of we have to break and be aware of and repattern.
Yeah, so for you, it's just like totally being aware, seeing what's coming up. And if you're not courageous enough to follow the whispers, at least write them down. Oh, I had a whisper to wear red sneakers today, and I kind of felt awkward about doing that. Oh, this is interesting. Why did I feel awkward? Oh, so-and-so laughed at me at school when I wore this, and kind of trace that back. Use the work that you do to kind of release that. So I'm just going to do another scan through your energy and see if there's anything else that comes up for you in this particular time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just seeing like this jack in a box, you know, when you like kind of turn the handle and it kind of pops out. And I guess this is all going in the same direction. It's like your soul wanting to come out. It's in a box and it just wants to go ping, and it's just about you trusting that and allowing that to happen.
Mm, interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely pay attention to, the soul's whispers and try to follow that more and more.
Yeah, because we have our path. It's very clear. The soul knows the way. And this kind of seriousness, this kind of holding back, this kind of people pleasing, that's kind of sending you here. And this is why you're getting sick, because you're not in the alignment the way that you should be. And it's like following the soul whispers is for my health and happiness. So it's always going to kind of bring you one step closer back to
Yeah. Are there any foods that I should eat or anything I should avoid? Any like nutrients that I should, consume that can help?
Okay. So first, check your magnesium levels.
Yeah.
So what comes in for you is that you need some more grounding foods in your diet. They're saying beetroot, sweet potato, um, asparagus. I'm not sure if it's available there. Yeah, really kind of solid grounding foods. A lot of warm foods are good for you, and filtered water. So just making sure that the water that you're drinking is very alkaline. Yeah, your energy is kind of very, very airy. So they really want some foods that are kind of going to start to ground you. Carrots. Yeah, carrots, potato, sweet potato. You can make amazing salads with them. They're so versatile. I'll just check in with the fruits. Strawberries come up for you. And grapes.
Mm.
And they just said, so they're like the basics, but when you're in the supermarket, just touch the fruit and then you can kind of see how your aura reacts to it, or how your energy reacts to it, and say, is this the right fruit for me? Is this going to add nutrients to my body? Is this going to ground me, or is this going to kind of throw me out of balance again?
Mm. Yeah.
But they're saying when you wake up, warm water and just like a tiny bit of lemon, just to kind of soothe your stomach and your digestive system. To eat consciously, that's for everybody. To eat mindfully. Please don't eat after 7 o'clock. And I don't know if you drink coffee or alcohol or sugar, try to avoid that as much as possible.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you.
You're so welcome. It was lovely, lovely, lovely to connect with you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for, tuning in for me.
You're welcome. And I would love to hear in the next couple of weeks if you made the changes, and if you did, how they kind of helped you in regards to kind of feeling better.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, with the dizziness, they're showing me you're doing weights. So the weights are really going to be good for your dizziness, because you're going to start to feel heaviness. The dizziness is kind of like you ascending, but not being grounded here.
Very cool. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Do you have any other questions?
No, I think that covers it. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I will say that, sometimes it's the most simple, teeny tiny things that make the biggest shifts, but it's about doing them consciously and consistently. And sometimes they are kind of so small that we overlook them. But even like adding some color into your life is starting to realize, what is it that I want? What is it that feels right for me? What is it that looks good for me? And like bringing that back to you, because a lot of the time we're doing things externally. Is that person going to like this? Is that going to be good? It's always like external. So it's always just kind of bringing that back to you. So sending you so much love, so many blessings.
Thank you.
Yeah, stay in touch.
Will do. Yeah. Have a great weekend.
You too. Speak soon.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so that was very, very interesting because it's so often that we think healing means something that's complicated, or there has to be so many steps involved, but really healing is bringing the body's energy back into balance. Wherever there's disharmony, wherever there's dissonance, we're just kind of looking at that and seeing what changes need to be made in order to kind of correct that. So happy healing, have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. And yeah, if you are interested in having a live reading done, please send me an email to hello@rebeccawilson.de and we can arrange that. Thank you very much. Bye.